What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the Fear of Being Average trading channel. And today I have another video for you guys, and today we're going to be talking about when it comes to getting funded, this is what you should do. Andre's simple solutions. So coming from someone that has a good amount of experience in trying and failing challenges, and trying and failing and trying and failing and consistently failing challenges, I think I'm a good person to explain my experience and give you guys simple solutions, what I think everybody should do before they try to get funded to keep themselves from losing more money than they should be, and just to get them funded accounts faster and easier, and not have the stress and just the headache of failing these challenges. Because trust me, when you fail these challenges, it hurts a lot, because every time you fail a challenge is basically like it's showing you that you're not a good enough trader, you're not gonna be good, you're not gonna be consistent, and those are the type of things that could fuck up someone's mental and psych when they're trading. So these are the top 7 things I think everyone should do before and after trying to get funded. So let's just get right into it. Let's do it. So the first thing, don't try that until you're consistently profitable. I don't know how many people just think that they're good enough to become funded and try to get funded, and they fail and fail and fail and fail, and they just keep failing and blowing through this money, because getting these challenges is not cheap. When you're doing multiple challenges a month and multiple challenges every few months, it adds up, especially when you're going for 100k challenge. So for this example with FTMO, to get 100k challenge, it's about $623. So if you add that up, it's $1,200 for 2 accounts, it's $1,800 for 3 accounts, and I've done it like 4 or 5 times. I failed all 100k accounts. So trust me, if you would have put that money into a trading account, it would have been way more beneficial, and at least could have potentially made money than losing all this money. So what you got to do is you got to make sure you're consistently profitable. If you know you don't have that 6 months to 1 year of consistently profitability, you shouldn't be taking this challenge. This challenge is only for those that know what they're doing and can take advantage of this, because you guys don't understand that these funding programs, they make most of their money off of the people that think they're going to be consistently profitable and try to get these challenges and fail. That's where the majority of the money comes from. So you got to put these percentages into perspective. If 90 to 95% traders fail and 5 to 10% are profitable, what do you think this funding program is like? 90 to 95 people fail the challenge and only 5 to 10 are profitable. So think of where that money difference comes in. You want to be part of that 5 to 10%. And if it means waiting way longer to take challenges, giving yourself that time gap, then it is what it is. You have to do that. But don't try to take these challenges until you know you're consistently profitable. If you can't go into a normal trading week and win majority of those trades and come out profitable for a good 6 months to a year, you shouldn't be taking this challenge. As simple as that. You're not where you're supposed to be. Now work to get there. You know what you got to work for now. Now get there. And now it's 2. You need at least 6 months to 1 year consistency. What do I mean by that? Because it kind of plays part with number 1, what I was saying. But you need at least 6 months to 1 year of consistently, basically tracked consistency. So meaning journal, my effects book, or whatever you do. But you got to be able to look back for at least 6 months to 1 year and look at your weaknesses, your strength, and look at what works and what doesn't work. Because if you don't know that, you shouldn't be taking a challenge. You're not at the level at which you should be deserving 100k, 25k, 50k in funding, because you're not at that level to where you've earned it. You haven't earned it yet. Simple as that. When I was failing, I didn't earn it. When I was failing and failing, I wasn't good enough. Simple as that. I can say that. If I could say it about myself, I could say the same thing about you, because it's coming from my experience. Unless something crazy happened to me with FTMO servers or anything that made any, not even just FTMO, just any funding program jump that made you lose your account, then that's a different story. But majority of the ones failing, they don't have that 6 months to 1 year of consistency. And if they do and they're still failing, then it's probably other things psychologically, emotionally, that is the reason you're failing. So keep that in mind too, because like I said many times before, trading is 80% mental, 20% technicals. So now let's move on to step 3. Not even step 3, tip 3. Do your research on funding programs. This is a big one, because I know there's been 2 major funding programs, basically FTMO. What's going on, guys? So before you keep on watching the video, I just wanted to tell you guys about this opportunity that I have for you guys. So as of recently, I have been getting a lot of questions and comments and concerns about whether or not I do one-on-one mentorship. I personally do not do one-on-one mentorship, but I do have mentorship now, which I decided because you guys have been asking for for a while now. So what will I be providing? I will be providing daily live stream access and mentorship every single day, where I will teach you everything that I know and I will guide you from zero to hero. And along with that, I will be giving you live trade analysis, and you will know all of my trades taken live, real time. So with that being said, the price of it right now is $100 a month, but the price is not going to be like that for long. After the first 100 people join, I will be having the price go up. So make sure you take advantage while you can. And now you can finish watching the video. Funding talent, but as of recently, funding talent has just been, don't use funding talent no more. They've got exposed for a lot of things. They haven't been paying traders. It's just better to do research on these funding programs before you do so, because you don't want to risk actually beating this challenge and then not being able to make money, because that's going to suck. The only personal funding program I would personally recommend is FTMO, because these are the only ones I've had experience with in the past, and I've never had problems with them, except for the fact that they're based off in New Zealand and I'm in the United States. That's the only basic difference, so it creates a little bit of time gaps when I ask for help and stuff. But for the most part, I haven't had problems with buying challenges, none of that stuff. Money transfers, everything I do, I pay for, I get what it's worth, and if I don't pass or I don't do any of that, it's my fault at that point. But do your research on these funding programs, because you got to understand that a lot of people are making funding programs a lot, because this plays to what I was saying. A lot of their money comes from people failing. So even if the people do make money, some do make money, majority aren't, and the majority that aren't making money are going to be able to pay for the ones that are. So it's a big system that they have going on, and that's why it's been working for them for so long. But do your research. You don't want to get scammed. You're in this for the long term. So just do your research. It's going to be worth it. Tip 4, start a challenge on a Monday. I don't know how many times I've done this, where I've started a challenge on a Wednesday or Thursday by accident, just because I was tempted to get into a trade, just to realize that it's only going to make it so you have less time to beat the challenge. Start it on a Monday, so chances are the challenge end date will be on a Monday. You don't want to start a challenge on a Friday and then it ends on a Friday also, because it just makes it hard. You want to have as much time as possible, so do it. Try to stay away from doing it during a month that have a lot of holidays also, because you want the most amount of trade opportunities as possible. Trust me, I fucked up a few times. I remember I took my one challenge in December, and there was no volatility, there was no trade days, none of that. And I was just getting whipped in, whipped out, just chopped up in the market, because I was taking a challenge at a certain time of month. You got to understand when are good times to trade and when are good times not to trade. And that comes with having that 6 months to 1 year of consistency. Because if you've been trading for a long time, trading for 2 years, 3 years, and you have at least 6 months to 1 year of consistency, and you know it's tracked history, you will know that there's going to be certain days or week, certain months that you shouldn't be taking trades. And if you know that, you're ideally not going to take those trades on that challenge, and you're going to wait for better months, better days. Start challenge on Monday is going to give you the most opportunity to take trades. And this is something that I've come from personal experience, where now that if I take a challenge, I'm going to take it on a Monday. Because of experience, if I took it on a Wednesday or Thursday, it just it fucked me up in the long run. So tip number 5, keep each position risk at 1% each trade. And this is going to be very important, because say we're just going to use the example of trading on a 100K account. Your goal with FTMO, every funding program is different, but I'm using FTMO because that's the only one I've experienced with. With FTMO, to beat the challenge, you have to gain 10% in 30 days for the first phase. You have to gain 5% in 60 days on the second phase. So ideally, you should be keeping your risk at 1% each, because one trade loss is only 1%. Once you start going to 2% loss, 3% risk, 2% risk, that's when your trades start to stack up. You lose that confidence and you start to go in that drawdown. Once you go in that drawdown, it's only going to make it harder for you to gain that percentage, because 10% in 1 month is not easy to a lot of people. Trust me, 10% in 1 month is not easy. That's better than a lot of banks, a lot of that. So being able to do this is hard. So when you start going into drawdown, and now you got to make 15%, 17% in 20, 30 days, it begins hard. You get stressful. So the best thing you can do is keep your risk at 1%. And just consistently just keep risking 1% to gain 2%, 3%, 2%, 3%, because over time it's going to add up to that 10% and that 5%. But once you start over leveraging, using 2%, 3%, those trades, you might be winning some of them, but the ones you lose is only going to keep pushing you back farther than you need to. So keep risk at 1%, consistently only risk at 1%, and go off of that. So that's another simple tip. Now we're going to go to tip number 6, no overtrading no over leveraging. This should be self-explanatory as is, but if you're watching this video, more than likely you have failed the challenge like me before and you didn't listen to this. So no over trading, no over leveraging. Risk 1% per position. Like I said, each position, stay consistent with that. Don't even just leave the lot size the same thing. Use the same position size. Maybe you got changes here and there because of your stop loss, but keep the same percentage of that you're risking static, and no over trading. Don't overtrade, because trust me, when you overtrade, this is when your account goes into deep drawdown and you have to go into strong drawdown recovery, and this is going to make your challenge way more stressful than it needs to be. So no overtrading, no over leveraging. Just take what you can get and just keep it simple, because trust me, when you're trading stress free, it's only going to make it better for you long term. And on to the last one, step number 7, follow your process over profits. Follow your process, guys. I don't mean to just sound like taboo or anything, but follow the process, because the process is there for a reason. You made this trade plan, you made this process because it works, and you've either noticed it works in the past or someone has told you it works in the past, but it works and you gotta follow the process. Stick to the same thing, stick to the same risk, no over trading, stick to a certain amount of trades per day, and just stick to the process and take that 30 days, 60 days to the chin. Just do the same thing every day, because I guarantee you, if you're following the process for that 60 days, you're going to gain that 10% in no time. It might take you some time. You're going to have losing trades. You're going to have winning trades. But if you follow the process, keep your losses small, 1% each, don't overtrade, and you take advantage of all your winning trades, you're going to be there in no time. You just got to follow the process and don't look for money. Stop trying to make money. Follow the process. The money will follow. So this is really it. I'm going to go over all 7 one more time. So 1, when it comes to getting funded, this is what you should do. 1, don't try until you're consistently profitable. 2, you need at least 6 months to 1 year of consistency. 3, do research on the funding program before you buy a challenge. 4, start the challenge on a Monday to gain the most opportunity possible. 5, keep each position risk at 1% each. 6, no over trading, no over leveraging. And 7, follow your process over profits. So hopefully this video gave you a little insight to when it comes to funding, getting funded. This is what you should do. Simple video, but I know a lot of people of recently coming into the new a lot of people 2021 now, 2022 going to 2022. A lot of people, traders, are trying to get funded because it's like the new thing, because people think that if they can't trade with low amounts of money, they can trade with bigger amounts. But trust me, that's something I thought in the past too. It doesn't mean that. It really doesn't. It makes it easier, but it only makes it easier if you know what you're doing and you already had that consistency and the consistent profitability already. But if you don't have that, it's not going to change. You're still going to overtrade, you're still going to over leverage, and you're still going to be blowing these 100K accounts. Because mind you, you only have 10% drawdown on these accounts. You only have 10% drawdown. You might have a 100K account, but you can only go down to about 90K. Once you get down to 90K, you're no longer, you have that account, you failed the challenge. Or even if you're funded, if you go down to 90K, you're no longer funded, you're done. That's just what it comes down to. So if you 10%, you're risking 3% or 2%. When you're risking 2%, 5 L's, you're done the challenge. Risking 3%, about 3 to 4 L's, you're done the challenge. Not even 3. No, we say 4 because 3, 6, 9. So 4 trades, you're done the challenge. It's just you gotta stick to the rules, guys. Stick to the process over profits. This is what I know helps me and what helped me. So if it helped me, more than likely I'm able to help 5 to 10% of you. And if I can do that, that's all that matters. I'm just here trying to help you guys. So hopefully this video gave you a little insight to what I think anybody should do when it comes to getting funded trading. So that's really it. Hopefully this video was helpful. Hopefully it's informative. Hopefully I helped some of you. If I did, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you be motivated by the fear of being average. And I will see you guys in the next video.